Ukraine's counteroffensive is already underway, or how the impending AFU offensive has caused hysteria in Russia. Prigozhin records a video where he threatens to withdraw his Wagnerites. Russian propagandists are worried about Crimea, and Putin is chaotically firing the military command. The situation is fueled by CNN analysis that Russia is not ready for a counterattack by the AFU. And this all becomes a psychological attack on the minds of the Russian side. CNN claims that the enemy forces are not ready for the counteroffensive of Ukrainian troops. Journalists of the publication analyzed the actions of the occupation command in recent days and called them chaotic. The lack of a clear defense strategy is also confirmed by neurotic personnel decisions in the defense ministry. A significant number of generals have been rotated, and those who were fired have been replaced with people who had already been fired before. I think it's great. They didn't make it then, they won't make it now. The Institute for the Study of War believes that the occupying forces are exhausted and disorganized. Because of the constant offensives, Russian generals have failed to prepare for a Ukrainian counteroffensive. And the top propagandists are already preparing the Russians for a possible retreat, or as the occupiers themselves call, a goodwill gesture. They claim that now they are especially worried about Crimea. In addition, their military experts have begun to talk about the real readiness of the Ukrainian army. The recently demoralized head of the Wagner group, Prigozhin, spoke with the same narrative. The occupiers are afraid of attacks and counting the days, giving different dates. 7 months after the last major operation by the AFU, the Russian side built a network of trenches in the Zaporizhia region that can be seen from space. But such protection does not work in modern conditions. The occupants' fortifications can be studied using satellite imagery, and thanks to high-precision weapons, they can be destroyed, bypassed with modern armored vehicles. This is an expected fiasco. Media hints that this is why the peace plan is so actively lobbied by China. Prigozhin urged Putin to put a fat end to the so-called special military operation and gain a foothold in the occupied territories. And recently he said that the Wagnerians would withdraw from Bakhmut if they did not receive enough weapons and ammunition for it. In addition, the Russian media reported that poor quality medical care causes more than half of the deaths of Russian servicemen. Because of this, Russian servicemen die or become crippled in large numbers. More than half of lethal cases are caused by non-lethal wounds, and many amputations are caused by incorrectly applied tourniquets. The main problems remain the low level of first aid training, as well as the inability to get the wounded to hospitals quickly. Another problem in the Russian army is the poor quality of tactical first aid kits, which still include the archaic Esmar tourniquet, and a lack of modern medical means. And the mobilized are not always given even such first aid kits. In other words, the occupation contingent is in a pre-comatose state, and it is up to the AFU to put an end to the anamnesis.